Hello, mystical souls, and welcome. I am so glad that you are here. Happy New Year from wherever you are. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. And if you are a returning, thank you for supporting me. I love each and every one of you because without you, I couldn't get to do what I love to do. So I would love to know, where are you right now? So currently, I'm traveling across the United States, and I've made a stop in San Antonio, Texas. Been here for the past few days, and we'll be cruising through, leaving tomorrow, heading on out towards Arizona. And I would love to know where you're from and your sun, moon, and rising if you know. Your sun sign is where you have your power, your energy. It resonates with who you are, and your moon is your private, what you don't share, and the rising is what you are rising to become. Hello, Melinda. Happy New Year. I know there are so many great things coming. January has a lot of great things coming. If you would like to get in the queue, please scan that QR code, or there will be a link in the comment section where you can give me your exact birth date, time, and location, and I will pull up your chart and we can talk about your astrology for questions that you have, or I can tell you about this new moon that's going to be coming up, because currently we are all in a space of, we're having a good time. Mercury is fresh out of retrograde, thank goodness for that. And what is it, 2 days? In 2 days, no, Thursday, yeah. So in 2 days, Mars is going to enter into the sign of Capricorn. So we have a lot of great things going on, and movement is going to now start to pick up. So I'm loving where I'm at, and excited about the things that are now going to move into place. Hello, SRS and Woke Ones Revolution. Hello. I am sending out a big fat hug to everybody. So let's talk a little bit about the astrology. Let me pull up a chart. All right. So things that are going on. This is like where we are today. Mercury, just for a hot second, I want to talk about Mercury. Mercury was moving forward back in November, December, and it went all the way up to the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is the slow and steady kind of sign that it requires you to set these goals and set intentions that will last over a longer period of time. But then Mercury went retrograde, and it was about, yes, we wanted to create this abundance, we want to do these things, but our goals were so broad and they didn't have the right scaffolding in order to create sustainability. So Mercury went retrograde back through Capricorn, through Sagittarius, and now it is now moving forward. The sign of Sagittarius is faith and hope and religion and spirituality and wanting to move forward with things that are of great abundance. And so now Mercury is now moving forward, saying, I think you've got the idea. And then it's going to move into Capricorn in 2 days. When it moves into Capricorn, we're going to start to clear out all of the mishaps that Mercury caused during the end of December for the retrograde. And so it'll be a time that we will be going back over our goals, and we kind of got off track from them. Now, I'm encouraging everybody, if you set those New Year's intentions, I would reset them on that January 11th, January 12th, because we're going to have a new moon in the sign of Capricorn. You're going to have Mercury moving completely out of its retrograde, and then having a clear, concise plan in order to move forward with an idea of, how can I do this and make this something that I can build over a longer period of time? And then we're going to have the new moon. New moon is when the sun and the moon combine together, and the sun is illuminating it, and the moon is saying, these are my passions, my desires. It's balancing the masculine and the feminine in a sign. Now, what's great about this Capricorn new moon is we're kind of bookending it with the year of 2024. We're starting off in January with the new moon, and then we're going to end in December with another new moon in Capricorn. So we're starting a cycle that will take us through the majority of the year, and then we're going to be ending it and starting a new cycle at the end of this year. So please let me know who is in the chat, if you know your sun, moon, and rising, because I would love to connect up with you. Oh, SRS, Cancer rising. Oh, I love a Cancer rising. It's your intuition, your feelings. The great thing about Cancer rising and sun and moon is they're very intuitive. They home and routines, and it's about creating sustainability for traditions, and it's about good food and making people feel comfortable. And when I say family, I don't always mean like blood family, because blood family is not always the connection. Oftentimes it's our star family or spiritual family. So yeah. Okay, so let me head on back to the chart. So things that we have going on. Mercury, it's now moving forward. I absolutely love this. Mars is going to be switching signs here in 2 days. When it goes into Capricorn, it will be it'll be about laser pinpointing, this is my direction, this is my goal. It's kind of like saying, okay, I've played around enough the last half of December, it's time to get serious. This is what I have to do to move forward. It's like you've had time to clean out the cupboards, you've had time to it's time to say, okay, I'm going to get healthy, I'm going to work on these goals, I'm going to have more structure and create some things that are a bigger of an importance of longer lasting. Hello, Wendy Knight. Happy New Year to you. Super excited that you are here. Oh, Pisces rising. Happy New Year. I'm super excited that everybody is, I'm hoping everybody had a really good New Year. This was one for the records. Everybody is where we are going with the end of 2023 and into 2024 is all of our Mercury retrogrades are going to go through a fire and an earth, and then retrograde through the 2 signs for each time. And so our next retrograde is on April 1st, like right at that eclipse season. And so you'll be feeling it way into the middle of March. Everybody will be feeling everything. Okay, so before I get started on the chart that I want to pull up, we have a few open windows this year. The first is the month of February. Set your new moon intentions, set your goals for this January 11th, January 12th, and seriously come up with some concrete ones. Not just, I would like to make more money. No, come up with a plan of how you plan to follow through with it. If it's about being healthier, how do you plan on doing that? If it's for your career, how are you gonna? It's about make a plan that's sustainable. Capricorn is a sign that relies on the other 2 earth signs to support it. And Taurus is what we start with in saying, I need it to be something that I love and something that it brings me joy. And then the Virgo is, I have to follow through with precision. And Capricorn is, I need to follow through with this. Think about it as the sea goat. It is half goat, half fish, and it's, I can survive with the least amount of air, the least amount of food. I can climb to the top of that mountain, and I can go to the deepest amount of, the deepest of the water. It's about putting off delayed gratification in order to get some things, and that's what this new moon is going to be about. All right, so we talked about Mercury retrograde. The nodes, I want to remember to highlight that for everybody, that the nodes are in the signs of Aries and Libra. So the next set of eclipses at the end of March and into April will be about themes that come around with I and we. Where do I need to focus on myself? And I remind people that it's self first, not selfish. It's where have I put myself on the back burner, and I really need to focus on my goals. And then where have I given away my power? Where have I needed to balance out some things for other people? So the eclipses are going to be about starting some things and about ending some major things in our life. And it'll be healthy boundaries. It'll be initiating some things that are it will be initiating some things that that you're fiery and that you're passionate about, and that focusing in like Libra. Libra is always about balance, and sometimes we have just given in because it was easier. And now the universe is going to say, I'm going to make things a little bit more difficult for you because I really want you to focus on some things that bring you joy to move forward with. The North and South node, they go opposite of the rest of the planets in the chart to activate, and they stay in a sign, 2 signs, for 18 months. So this will be a really nice transition. It started last year, and so we'll be working on it this year. January 20th. An important date. Oh, by the way, I have all of my January videos up. So if you know what your rising sign is, I always say read it for or listen to it for your rising and then your sun sign. But the January videos are up. Get an idea about where you are going. On January 20th is a really important date. We're going to have a Sun-Pluto conjunction, and Pluto is going to be moving into Aquarius, and the sun focuses on a different sign every single month. And with Pluto is the planet of great transformation. It is birth, death, rebirth. It is Pluto's hard. It says out with the old and in with the new. And so we have Pluto here. It's at its 29th degree. What happens when a planet gets into a 29th degree? 0 and 29, they're considered to be anaretic degrees. The 0 is obviously a beginning, a start, but Pluto currently right now in everybody's life there's major endings. There's big things that are ending with things that are Capricorn themes, like things in our government. It's about changing the way that we look at things, changing the way that we have innovation, rebelling. Like when Pluto goes into Aquarius bucks the system. They don't follow in line just because somebody says line up. Aquarius is the one that says, but why? What is the reason for this? And if there's a good enough reason, they will do it. But most of the time, if you don't give them what they want, they come up with something that's better for them, something that's more in line. This transition is going to be over like the next 20 years, and I really believe that it's going to restructure not just overall us people, but it will restructure that area of your life, causing you to be more innovative. And where have people been controlling, or where have people been where do we need transformation in our government? Anybody with authority, any structure that was built on a foundation that now has outlived itself will be revamped, come crashing down, and a new structure will take its place in order to grow from. So that's going to be big, January 20th. And for anybody who knows a little bit about astrology, when this happens in the sign of Aquarius, it will either square or oppose all fixed signs. So if you have a fixed sign like your Leo, your Scorpio, your Aquarius, or your Taurus, a square is when it comes at a 90-degree angle and the energy has to be integrated in order for transformation. Or opposition. An opposition is when the energy comes together and one thing opposes another, and something will have to give in order for the transformation to occur. All right, so I'm going to move on. Let's talk about this. I got my first person in the queue. I know she's been waiting. So, Lorraine, let's talk. And I know that you said you might be here a little bit late, so, and you'll be able to catch this later. All right, so let me pull up Lorraine's chart and start with her. And I appreciate everybody's patience. And I just love y'all being here. All right. All right. So Lorraine is a Sagittarius rising. And she asked about her job, about where things are going. So I'm looking at like really what's going on with Mars. and Mercury. Mars and Mercury, right after Christmas, had this conjunction of angry words and things being said. And Mercury has gone back through her second. Lorraine, I'm going to talk to you because I'm not 100% sure you're here yet, but I know that you said that you would jump on afterwards. So Mercury went through your second house. When Mercury went through your first house, you said, this is what I want, this is what I need. I am going to put it out there for the stars. And then it went through your second house. This is your self-worth, your cash, your property. When Mercury was going through there, it required you to take a strong look at things that you value, your cash, your property, your resources, your literal, your talents, your skill, your salary. When Mercury went retrograde, that was, oh no, I really have to create a better budget for things, that this is not going to end anytime soon. And so it was, yes, you set these intentions out there, but it was a review of what are my talents, what's my skill set, what is my attitude towards money, what's my work ethic, my self-esteem. And so Mercury then went back through your first house of self, because all of this retrograde, it was really hard on you with saying, what do I have to change about me? Is it how I communicate? Remember that being a Sagittarius, there's this faith, there's this hope, there's this belief, there's this idea of something bigger, and you need it because you've got this huge stellium in Scorpio. And it's in your 12th house, which means that you are dealt in this lifetime with a lot of shadow things, death, transformation, intuition, feelings, pain, and you will go through many transformations in this lifetime because of all of that scorpionic energy. You know where you have it. It's an opportunity for you to grow, for you to heal, but at a cost that literally leaves scars upon your heart and your soul. And so you're looking at this job and you're saying, all right, what's going on with it? Mercury is now moving forward in your first house of self. Mars is in your first house of self. Mars is going to go into your second. What's going to happen is there's going to be this new moon. You're going to have the new moon and the sun. You're going to have sun, moon, Pluto, and Mars all in your second house. Now, new moons, they're fresh starts, they're clean slates, it's a new beginning. It's a really great opportunity to redefine what you value the most. And it's a time for you to say, okay, if I have money issues, what do I do with them? Are my financial expectations in sync with my partner and in sync with what I want to accomplish? On a practical level, it's about supplemental income, and it's also about a budget. And I know that you've already done this because like Mercury went retrograde, like you already had Mercury going through this. And so this might be a time where you're going to say, like, with this job, literally it can go one of two ways. Because Mercury is out of retrograde, you might be in that sweet spot where there will be no more. Or when Mars goes into the second house, this will launch you into something else. I do believe that this new moon that's coming into, like, I know that you said, I know in your note, it was about what's going on with your job and with the hiring. Since Mercury's out of retrograde, if you survive this cut, this will be good and it will set you up for the year ahead. If not, there is something else out there that will come right after the new moon, because February is an opportunity of all planets are going to be moving forward. And so this could also deal with your other job and the issues that went along with that. And so it could mean a resolution to that, which could fund some other things. So I'm hoping that all of this, it really makes sense. I want you to be able to focus on something bigger February, that you're going to be able to move forward with your new moon intentions, and then everybody should be paying attention to, what is that date? Oh Lord, it's in April. It's when we're gonna have, it's gonna be Jupiter and Uranus conjunction. I'm gonna circle it, but this is what's going to be happening. That's going to be offering you this innovative, think outside the box. I now have this moment of clarity, of fixing some things in your life, like moving forward with all of this trauma that's been going on in your 12th house. So I'm hoping that I can calm your nerves with this and say, look, there's going to be better things happening in your second house at this new moon. It will have to do with the sun and the moon and Pluto, saying this is about transformation. And I know you've gone through a lot. I know personally that you've gone through a lot. And I know that when I say this, you say, okay, I can't take any more. I know you can, and you got this. I want you to breathe through this, because that's a lot of Scorpio energy. Anybody who has that much Scorpio energy, it's always a lot. It's always a lot. So I'm sending you some love and some energy, and heartfelt holding a space for you as you navigate the next few weeks. All right. Lorraine, I love you. All right, so let me, right, and you know what? I want to say this because the last time that I was doing a live, there was somebody who was going through a hard time in their chart, and when I said a few things, other people on the chat were like holding space for this person. And I know for a fact that as a collective, it helps. It supports everybody. And so I appreciate each and every one of you, because I know that when somebody else is going through something, that you feel their pain and their angst, because you've also been through something similar. So I appreciate, who is she on? Okay, Wendy. Is that Wendy Knight asking me? All right. Well, Wendy, she's in Florida. She's a repeat client that I consider also a friend. And I'm asking everybody hold a little space for her, because look at all that Scorpio stuff going on there. And she had the nodes going through it last year. And if you've listened to anything that I've said, or if you understand anything with astrology, the nodes are deep transformation, and hers went across to her Uranus, her Mercury, and her Sun. So, Lorraine, giving you a big fat hug. All right, so let me transition to my next. Oh, it's Wendy. Wendy, I love seeing you every single time. All right, let me pull this up, Wendy. There we go. Wendy. All right. And no specific question. So I'm assuming everything went well from the last time with the surgery and everything like that. So I'm excited to talk about this new moon. So let's talk. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Didn't see all of the question. Oh. Okay, do I have love coming in? If not, I'll take the money. I don't blame you, girlfriend. All right, so let's talk about this. There we go. All right, so Wendy. Okay, I really like this for love, but Mercury, look, Venus in your 7th house, Venus in your seventh house is who I love, what I love, how I love. It brings people together. But the seventh house isn't only about love. The seventh house is also about business partners. It's about contractual relationships. It's one-on-one relationships. It's your best friends. It's your significant others. It is where we have these contracts, these promises, these negotiations. It's also open enemies and exes. So I'm sure that with Mercury going retrograde into this house, that you probably had a revolving door of people from your past. It could have been with the holidays, like it could have been exes or friends that you used to know, and it didn't have to be negative. It was just a revolving door of bringing somebody back in. With Venus here, Venus always wants to bring together and to bond whenever she's moving forward. And in the sign of Sagittarius, it's like faith and hope and like it's cross-cultural experiences. It's like you getting out there. I would say you definitely should be getting out there, mixing and mingling. And now that both Venus and Mars are going direct, there's this opportunity of Mars, go after. Mercury, how do I communicate? How do I connect with? You are ruled by Mercury. So whenever Mercury goes retrograde, you feel it in your first house of self, your body, your power, your self-expression, your vitality, your strength, and in your house of home. And so it's always one of those double whammies with anybody who's a Gemini rising or a Virgo rising. And so Mercury, knowing that it's going back through that house, could have had you look. I'm thinking about, like, I don't know if you haven't had this opportunity yet. Mercury's going to be here for a little bit longer. Let me see how much longer until he moves on. And so this can really be an opportunity for you to initiate the connection with others. It could be through a class, a workshop. It could be meeting through somebody else. And so that's always a possibility. And then, okay, so let's talk about the money. This new moon. The new moon is going to, let me get rid of all this. The new moon is going to occur right here in your eighth house, the eighth house of shared resources. So the eighth house represents other people's money, value. This could be with family. If you have a will or debt or something that you share with family, it could be with a business partner, with a new moon saying, let's have this contract with, or it could be a significant other, or a friendship of let's do this together. The eighth house is the house of where you desire these deep connections and where you have these joint ventures. It's also the house of like taboo topics and not being afraid to tackle those taboo topics. Like, let's talk about where we are and what's going on. Now, Pluto is going to be ending his trip through here, and so there'll be something that will be coming to a major ending before it goes into your ninth house. If I have a new moon in the eighth house, I think of it as investments or money that I share with other people, or my money that's tied up with other people, like inheritances or wills or insurance, or it's also private affairs and debts. And so check your resources that are coming in. And with this new moon, remember, we're having one in January and then we're going to have another one in December. And so that's you sandwiching in, how do I make the most of this money and the resources? It will be you looking over your cash supply that is either invested or that is not liquid. That you do not have immediate access to, and say, okay, I may not have immediate access to, but how can I make it grow? How can I build it? And so that's what this new moon is going to be about. I'm going to check oh, he's back, but I don't know how that will go. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let me look at this. Okay, you got the North Node in Aries in your 11th house, and you are initiating, these are my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my goals, and I want you there for some of these things. And the South Node is in your 5th house of fun, joy, pleasure, creativity. It's also the house of affairs. and it's the house of children, or where we take risks or excitement. Now, this is in a square, so this could be you saying, look, I'm not looking for like the affair. I want things that are stable, some things that are reliable. This will also be you saying, using your I statements. This is what I need. I need to know exactly where you are. I say this all the time with my husband and I. I don't need to be on the same path as my husband, but I do need to be running parallel. And when we cross over, it's great, but we do not need to do everything in life together. And so that's what you are looking for. Someone who can share the ride with you, and that you can both go off and do some things and then both come back together. And so I'm hoping that this person is, I'm hoping that they're up to it. You will know it when Mercury moves through Sagittarius and into your 8th house, because Mercury is basically just renegotiating, re-chit-chatting, talking about some things. And so I'm hoping that I am hoping that you get some love out of this. Look, Venus in the 7th house usually brings it. The nodes bring it. Venus brings it. Let me think. The sun brings it. And so, let's see. But you are focused on career too. All right. Okay. Remember that one thing that I said is going to be coming in April that's really important. I just want to throw this out there, that you are going to be setting a new moon intention in the sign of Capricorn, like on January 11th or January 12th. You're going to be saying, this is where I want to be financially to move forward. And it doesn't necessarily have to be financially, but let's say that you connect up with somebody. You can say, I want to have this contract between us. It can be written or unwritten, but the 8th house is shared resources. The 7th house is where we make the contracts and we negotiate, and we have the cooperation of how do we make these contracts and promises. The 8th house is where we finish the bonding of and say, I want this to be over a longer period of time. And so I know that that's what you're looking towards. And so those are the words that I would be using. Know that whatever you are setting your intention for January, February, the planets start to shift and they start to move forward. So whatever is planted into the earth in this January, February is meant to grow over the rest of the summer. But May, June, and July, when the planets are moving direct again, it will not be with planting new seeds. It'll be growing whatever is growing, whatever has been planted. I hope that makes sense. That now is when we plant the seeds, and then February we send the message out in the bottle into the ocean, and it just takes it out. And then we're going to have this explosion in March, April, and the first 2 weeks of May of change and transformation, and then a huge period of growth again. So definitely plant those seeds. Right? All or nothing. It is all or nothing. And it is going to be, Pluto is going to be moving into your 9th house. And this is you saying, I might want to travel there. I want to have something published, something about legal things. The 9th house is foreign people, places, things. It's prophetic dreams and visions. It's taking a class or teaching a class. You're moving Pluto into that house, and that will be a time that you say, I, Wendy, need more of this, and I'm going to be making this happen over the next 20 years of my life. I'm going to set aside time that I want to travel there. And what does that look like? And how do you make that happen? Well, Aquarius is think outside the box. Aquarius, the Pluto in Aquarius brings huge, quick changes with our thinking, with our travel, with AI, with medical. It's an explosion of new and transformation of. And so this is going to be in your 9th house of this is where I'm going to go, and your 12th house of your dreams and your intuition. And no, I love this for you. It could also, like when this happens with your Uranus and Jupiter in your 12th house, when that happens, this could be like a huge download, or realizing that you have this skill set that you didn't know, and it could be tapped into your dreams, your something that you've been studying, like astrology or numerology or tarot or shamanism, or it would be something that would be quiet that you wouldn't necessarily share with other people, and it would like realign you on a path that you just didn't even think that you were going to go down. So I'm hoping that all of this makes sense. Yes, so all or nothing. All right, Wendy, giving you a big fat I heart you. I heart you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me see who all back is in the chat. Oh, I'm just writing all over my screen. So sorry. All right. Hello, Hannah. Super excited that you are here. Yeah. Yes, and coming. All right, Hannah, good evening to you. And Wendy, I really appreciate you holding space for Lorraine, because she needs it. She needs it. I appreciate everybody holding space for the other people. Brianna, loving this. Oh, you're from Southern Florida. Well, you're definitely a lot warmer than where I'm at. I was in Florida, and I put away all my warm clothes, and it's a little cold and a little rainy with where I'm at. All right. The woke ones, revolution. Oh, rising sign in a Virgo. I'm a rising sign Virgo also. Yep, loving that. Final degrees of your 10th, 5th house. Oh, I love all that. I love that. And all right, let me pull up the next person. Oh, Wendy, thank you so much. You'll be definitely set your intentions. And when you set your intentions, so I started working on mine, and for like personal and for work and things like that. And it's not just set the intention of this is where I want my business to be. It's making a plan of action that you can attain those goals over a period of time. And so if your goal is to definitely meet someone and to travel and to make more money, look, the making more money is definitely going to be happening because you got your Saturn return. And at this point, you're in a give back mode. You're using all your wisdom and your knowledge. It's not like you have to acquire anything new. You have the skill set, you have the stability. And so you're at a very stable point in your life. And so anybody that comes into it needs to meet all those criteria. And so how are you going to meet these people? Definitely through networking and definitely through traveling. So make those things happen, especially while Mars is still there and Mercury is there. All right. Let me pull up the next person's chart. Can I manifest Lenny Kravitz? You know what? When I say that I want to manifest a person, place, or thing, I always say, I want to manifest somebody who has these qualities of this person. And I always end it with for my best and highest good, because Lord knows I have asked for things and gotten things that I really shouldn't have had, and it was more of a lesson than more of a lesson. All righty, so let me pull up the next chart here. So thank you. All right, let's talk about this. And I really appreciate everybody waiting. All right, let's talk about Melinda. I think you're still in the house, and I'm hoping you're still in the house. If not, you'll catch the video on its replay. All right, so let's talk. Melinda, you are also a Gemini rising, which means that this Mercury thing that's been going on generally throws you for a loop, you and your home. So whatever's going on always is having you to rethink, review, rewind, all those rewords. And so there's something going on with the way that you are communicating with Remember, the seventh house is the plus one. It is your one-on-one relationships with people that you work with or that you communicate with on a daily basis. And so this could be with clients, this could be with business partners, this could be with a significant other, or this could be with a best friend. Now that things are going to be cleared up, things are going to get a little bit easier. I do want to let you know, let me clear off all this, that Saturn is going to be going across your north node. Look, I love this for you because you are working towards like your second Saturn return, and this is in a sextile to your personal Saturn, and so it's working with you. Saturn is the planet of boundaries, like rules, regulations. I always say it's like this very strict boss. It's the one who wants to lay down the rules and says, no, do it right, do it again. Like Mr. Miyagi, how he was like hard on, the Karate Kid, and it was to help them perfect a skill. And so this is you saying, I have been through my first Saturn return when I was like that 28, 29, 30, and I picked my path. And then I have been working on it, and now Saturn is at the top of your chart. Usually when Saturn is at the top of your chart, it means I want to attain this. I want to be seen by authority. I want to be the authority. The North Node is the direction in which you're supposed to be going. It is you saying, in order for me to get from here to there, I have to leave something else behind. It could be leaving a job behind, leaving something that what you were doing and saying, I'm going to take that skill set and move on with it. What else is going on with this? It will oppose some things that will be going on with your home. And so you're going to need some structure of some things going on with your home. I want to bring in Pluto. Pluto is at the 29th degree, like the anaretic degree of something that has to do with your shared resources. Now, this could be with business, with investments, with like all kinds of things that are going on with you. But it is ending, and this is an ending of my resources, of how I shared them with somebody. And now we're going to, instead of being on the same path, we're going to be running parallel. And that doesn't mean that you won't, blend together. It just means that you're going to hit the ground running, and you're going to take the skill set that you have, and you're going to move forward with clarity of, I have it, and now I have to make a plan. You're going to have this new moon. Let me clear this off. You're going to have a new moon in your 8th house. The 8th house being your shared resources. Look, in order for me to get from point A to point B, I have to, this could be with people that you work with. These are contracts that you could work with, and these could be business partners, and these could be family members. But a new moon in your 8th house is, if we're going to share these resources, I want it to be plentiful. How do we best negotiate this? How do we best manifest this? First, it has to, like we start off with the Taurus energy of, it has to be something that I love and I enjoy. And then we move into the Virgo. I have to be consistent, and I have to be persistent. I have to go after it, and not give up. I have to put my head down when things get rough and just say, I'm going to keep moving forward. There's going to be setbacks. Every time you have a setback, it will literally set you up for something that's going to be better, something that's going to be bigger. With Pluto moving into your 9th house, it's going to be, how do I think outside the box? What innovation in the field of education and law and religion and spirituality, how can you shift those topics and bring them to the forefront and make a change that will happen over the next 20 years? Now, you're going to be young enough that you'll be able to see it, but I was explaining this to my son once, and he said, Mama, it's like planting seeds to trees that you'll never sit under. And that's what you're going to be doing. That's what Pluto going there means. I'm going to plant some seeds for some trees that are going to grow. And they're going to grow and they're going to be beautiful, but I'm not going to get the shade from them. It'll be for others that come after me. And that'll be your legacy, your gift, where you're going. And so I'm super excited about this. I also want to talk about your this Uranus and Jupiter in your 12th house. Look, you're going to be feeling it. It's going to happen at the 20th degree. Okay, let me erase one of those. So your sun is for sure going to feel it. Mercury is going to for sure feel it. Saturn will get some of the benefits of it, but your sun and Mercury are like, it will be conjunct literally right on top of it, illuminating. Okay, the 12th house is your personal unconscious. It is your dreams, your intuition. So this is my dream, a dream that you've not told people about. I believe that you're probably saying, I want to do this, but you're not telling everybody the full picture of how bad you want it and everything that you want. You are setting some things up that you don't want to just be this boss. I believe that you'll want a whole lot more, and you deserve it. And it's being a little cautious or afraid of, oh, I don't want to tell everybody about it, because if I don't get it, then I'll be disappointed, or they'll say something or feel something. No. Start owning it. This is where I'm going to go. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to manifest. And this is how it's going to happen. And Uranus and Jupiter there will give you different strategies and options. The 12th house is other dimensions, but it's also hidden support. And so they will bring about this conjunction that we're going to have in April will bring about an opportunity of people supporting you that either you didn't know about or that you'll find out about it later. And I love it. It's about innovation and creativity and the collective, and that I want to help more than just one person. I want to support the collective. And what does that look like? And the 12th house, it's fear and working through it. It's also about rest and retreat. And I look at it as like spiritual retreat. So making sure you're still making your health a priority. Your health is going to be definitely, because when the abundance comes in so much that you will feel like, I always have to stay on top of it. And you're going to have to set aside some time that, like power naps or meditation or yoga or something that recharges you. It'll definitely be about, you need to make sure that, because if you don't, nobody else will. Like, you'll be your own worst enemy. And it is hard, because this will be something that you've been wishing for. And, we don't want to stop that. But remember, it's still going to be there. It's going to be there. It's going to happen. You're going to manifest it. Because this North Node here is you connecting with the right people, aligning your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. And when it switches signs into the sign of Pisces, you're going to have this nodal return. It is a total alignment of everything that you've done up to this point of, this is where I'm supposed to be going. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I can't do anything else. It'll be an enlightenment of, I can't go back to the way it was. It's Pandora's box. I've opened it. I've seen it. This is mundane. This is, I know what my path is. And so you are slowly discovering what is the direction in your path. So I'm super excited for you. I hope all this makes sense. So hit me up in the queue down below. Wendy Knight, right? Yes. Yeah. All right, Tara. I've been channeling info predictions, wondering if I should put it into book. Well, I know that everybody is going to be having this Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. I don't know exactly where it is in your chart, but it's about innovation, rebellion, the shadow side, where things have been controlling and things like that. So I don't know if you have your date, time, and birth location. Scan that QR code and let's talk about it, Tara. All right, let me get to the next person who is in the queue. All right, let me do a bi-wheel. Let's talk about this. All right, we have a lot of Gemini. Oh, hold on, you can't see the chart. All right, so let's talk about this. Rowan, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for checking this out. Let's talk. All right, so cool thing, Rowan is having a Mars return. Mars comes around and it returns to the exact same location of your birth every 2 years. So there's something that Rowan is wanting to initiate that has to do with partnership, love, contractual relationships, his best friends, his significant others, clients. This could have to do with him, with you, setting an intention of, I want to work with this partner. I want to have a partner. What does a partner look like? And so during Mars's 2-year cycle, it goes through the time that you initiate it, and then we have the sextile where it makes it easy, and then the square where it makes it hard, and like it offers you these lessons of ebb and flow and learn and grow. And so whatever it is that you are starting, it's kind of like you had a false start, and Mars now going through it is offering you this opportunity. Okay, I'm going to go back. Mars and Mercury were in a square, I believe it was December like 27th or something. It 26th, 27th. Okay, so we had Christmas, we had a full moon, and then we had the day after. There was like this tension point. And so about that time, you were trying to initiate some things, and there was this square with Neptune that had to do with your career, your job, public life, how you've seen yourself in the outside world. That is going to be what you're going to work through yourself. I wouldn't worry about what other people think about you. I know that you will say, yeah, you don't, but inside we kind of all do. In this, I'm going to delete all this so you can see. In this lifetime, you're not only a Gemini rising, this is huge. This is a stellium. Remember when we were talking about Lorraine and that huge in Scorpio? You have all of this energy. You have Saturn needing boundaries, needing to have concrete. Mercury, the way that you talk, the way that you share, the way that you gather information, the way that you disseminate it. And Jupiter, wanting to do it in a broad sense, all in your first house of self. This means that you are working on yourself of finding your voice, how you can be heard and seen as somebody who the information that they have is thoughtful, intelligent, is worth listening to, and not just a chatterbox. This is a lot of Gemini energy. You also have an opposing a lot in Sagittarius, Pluto, Mars, and Chiron. Pluto is the planet of great transformation. Your first house of self opposes partnership, but that's really what you need, because that's where you're going to learn your lessons. That's where you're going to, as a Gemini rising, sometimes you think all of your thoughts are the right thoughts, that all of the information that you've gathered is right. And sometimes you have to be with people that have faith, hope, and belief in things that you can't look up, that you can't quantify. And so, how do you balance out the people in your life that you might say, well, that doesn't even make sense? You know, that's how you will. Pluto is there. So you're going to go through a lot of partnerships, of deep partnerships that you're going to have this faith and this hope and this belief in. And your lesson is going to be, how do I communicate better? And how do I hear what they're saying? And how do I know what their love language is? And how do I connect with them? Not just for business, but for personal and for best friends, because you're kind of an all or nothing, and this is a lot. And where is your Venus? Where is your love language? Oh, it's in your 12th house. In the sign of Taurus. So you're reluctant to show it. I get that. I get it. Now, I'm going to bring up one more thing, because now that we've talked about that, this is going to directly impact this. This is this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that I've been talking about. This is going to happen April. I know I should get the flippin' date for it. I don't have my notes for the exact date of it, but I'm going to be having a video come out on it real soon. But know that we are moving towards it. This is going to exactly go on top of your Venus. This will be amazing for bringing you a connection to people, I believe, through something that has to do with technology, the internet, like an internet dating, a connection through airwaves, where you have to be innovative in order for this. I think it's close to April 20th. Absolutely, I think it's close to April 20th. The reason I think that, okay, so I know that like April is just going to be like March, and April is going to be like this shit show. Like, we're starting off in March with all of the prequel to the eclipses, moving us towards get used to change. It's here to happen again. And then we're going to have an eclipse at the end of March. And then we're going to have this April 8th total eclipse. Now look, you're in the eclipse zone where the first one has already gone over, and the April 8th one will literally go over your house because of your location. So I know that it's going to completely impact you. And then we're going to have this Uranus-Jupiter conjunction that will blow apart your 12th house of, I have to work through my fears. I have to put myself out there. I put myself behind a computer, and this has been the best way that I have worked through some things. And how do you connect with other people? Be innovative, use technology, and you're eventually going to have to like cross that that fear barrier of actually connecting with somebody. Your north node is in Cancer, your south node is in Capricorn. Okay, and they're definitely not going to have the same beliefs and faith and things that you do, and that's going to be okay. I believe that we look for people that complement us, not complete us. I believe that we are each a complete human being, and that when we are connected with people, they are there to complement us and to help us grow and move beyond. And I'm hoping that this makes sense, Rowan. And Adriana, like, I believe you're right. And thank you very much, because it was driving me crazy. And I believe it's like the 20th, 21st, depending on like what time zone you're in. Yeah. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. And okay, so I'm going to throw out one more thing. You have Saturn at the top of your 10th house. And it's in a square to who you are. your identity. You're having a Saturn square, so it's hitting you personally with Saturn at the top of your chart. Remember the last person that we did, how we talked about, yay, they've put in the work, they're moving along, it's going to be great. You have to put in the work. Saturn in Pisces means I have to have boundaries. I have to pick like you haven't had your first Saturn return yet and you're working towards it. And so you have to say, what do I own? And where have I gone? Where have I grown? And where I'm moving towards. And so Saturn at the top of your chart is saying, I need to identify, what do I want? I need to try some things out. I need to like focus on it and find it. It is in a complete square to who you are, like your Saturn, like your Saturn is at 8 degrees, and so first it's going to hit your Saturn, then it's going to hit your Mercury, then it's going to hit your Jupiter, and it'll be like a nail, a hammer and a nail, and you finding the right job, sticking out the right job and saying, what am I going to learn from this? How am I going to communicate? It'll be bosses, it'll be people of authority, it'll be you not wanting to hear what they have to say and having to say, what do I own in this? How do I change the way I approach it? How do I change the things that I say and the things that I do? And yeah, it's in a square, and squares are these tension points that have to be integrated in order for you to have success. We don't have all ease and grace. Saturn and Pluto offer us opportunities to learn. And look, I don't like them all. I appreciate them now that I'm older. And now that I'm older, when I look at something like this, I say, I got to buckle down. I got to figure out, what do I own in this? And I have to figure out how to work with the energy instead of fighting it, because you don't fight Saturn. Fighting Saturn is like the boss, the law, the authority. And they just come and they squash. And they're like, nope, you can't do that. Nope, you can't drive because you don't have a driver's license yet. Nope, you can't get in this line because you don't have the money for it. You haven't put in the work yet. Saturn literally comes in and is like the boss, the older brother that just says, you haven't paid your dues yet. And that's what Saturn at the top of your chart is saying. You got to pay your dues. And it'll be with the way that you communicate. You're going to feel it. It's your power, your expression, your personality, your appearance. Think of it squaring how you present yourself to the world, and don't feel defeated. Get back up and hit it again. Like, that's what a Saturn square is. Yeah, so I'm hoping all this makes sense to you. All right. Oh, hey, Java Web. Is everything still open? Yes, I am just finishing up the last person in the queue, and if you want to jump on in, I will stay there. Oh, good. You're going to send the payment, and yeah, then I will stay on here and chit-chat for just a second and finish up Rowan. And yeah, excited about this. So I'm glad for the people that are here. And okay. Oh, great. I'm glad you're going to send your money, and I will like transition out of this. Hold on. Oh, there's my, no. And so a lot of good things are going on. We're now out of Mercury retrograde. Thank goodness. We are now in to where planets are going to start moving forward. We're going to have this like 2-week period between now and the new moon of Mercury having to fix the mistakes that Mercury had us go back and review over. When a planet stations retrograde, I look at it as an opportunity to say, I need you to go back over that area and spend some more time and focus on it. A quick planet like Mercury is a hard and fast. Boom, boom. Clean up your act, go back, review, rewind. It's about cleaning out your closets, reviewing that paperwork. Don't just rush into things before you can move forward. Outer planets that take longer, their lessons are longer, and so it's harder, it's more intense. And so like Venus, thank goodness it only goes retrograde every 18 months, because it's hard, and like she tears apart everything that she put together. And Mars, when Mars goes retrograde, it's like cutting and severing in hard words. And so retrogrades, use them for the positive, use them for the good. And so hoping all that makes sense. All right, so let's see here. All right, Adriana, I am really, really hoping that, all right, so Adriana, I don't see you in the queue. So I guess I'm just going to end this. I was hoping that you would get in. I am really wanting to thank everybody who is on here tonight. I greatly appreciate it. I encourage you to please check out your rising sign for January. Check out the astrology. Oh, Java Web. Okay. I will tell everybody about the videos that I've got. I'm going to be putting on a few more. I just put out the video for Mars going into, I think it was Mars going into Capricorn. I just put it out there. And there's going to be a couple other things. Mercury in Sagittarius is going to square Neptune on the 8th. This will be a thoughts and ideas and communication with hopes and dreams and wishes. And so the 8th is going to be a little bit of a tough time. And then we're going to have this new moon. And so I'm excited about, yeah. Yes, if you put your money in and then you, like the person that I did earlier, she definitely had to leave. She had younger children and she messaged and said she'll just watch the replay of it. And so, yeah, you don't have to be in the queue for this to happen. And yeah, so hopefully you make it in here. And so the videos that I have up, I have all of my January. The new moon is up. I encourage you to watch the new moon. And there's a couple others that are going to be coming up. Yeah. All right. So, all right. It says just sent. Great. I will look in the, and let me see if I can pull some things up. Hold on here. I really appreciate everybody's patience, knowing that I am ruled by Mercury. Whenever it's retrograde, I have a hard time. Yes. All right. So let me pull it up. I'm ready. Okay. 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 Hold on.
Screen name.
Java Web, I am entering it as we speak. I just need a just 1 second. All right. Let me take a quick look. Wait a minute. Was there a question? I don't know if there was a question or if you just want... Oh, yeah. Hold on. No. Got it. Okay. So I'm just going to do a general reading. Okay. I got it. All right, Java Web. Let's talk... Oh, you're a Scorpio rising. Let's talk about this for a second. Okay. As a Scorpio rising, the last year and a half of your life have been really hard, deep, and intense. The nodes are now moving into your 12th house and your 6th house. Oh, you're having a nodal opposition. Okay, I'm going to back up. Hold on. General's okay? You don't have a question. Okay, great. So I'm going to start off talking a little bit about your natal chart, and then I'm going to pull in what's really going on in today. Okay, you have a sun in Leo. I absolutely love that. Sun in Leo, 10th house. See me. This is what I want to do. I want joy and pleasure and creativity with my job, my legacy. Moon in Pisces. I absolutely love Moon in Pisces. Moon in Pisces are people who usually dream. They're intuitive. They're usually, the Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It's usually very psychic and intuitive. And this may mean that you might not share these thoughts and dreams and things that you know. Adriana, no, I did not get yours. I'm working on Java Web. Sorry, I did not get yours. I'll tell Jake. All right, thanks. All right, so let's talk about, you're pretty well rounded. You have a little bit everywhere. I do want to bring up that you have Pluto at 0 degrees in Sag. 0 degrees is an anaretic, like you've never done it before. It's in your second house of your cash, your property, your self-worth. It means total transformation. I have it, it's gone. Money, it's gone. I'm trying to build something over a longer period of time, it's gone. And it's about taking something and building upon it. It doesn't mean like you lose it completely. It just means that you have to transform over top of. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull up where we are. Hold on. And I want to talk about where you are today, because I think you're having a nodal opposition, which alrighty, you are having a nodal opposition. All right, let's talk about. So, Java. These nodes, you were born with the South node in Aries and the North node in Libra in your 6th house. I'm not sure if you believe in past lives, but if it's not a past life, then you think of it as generational, brought down from one generation to another, like a great-grandparent to the grandparent to the parent to you. And so in your past, there was something about you that was stopped and squashed by somebody of authority. The 6th house is the house of slavery. It's the house of things that you want to do, but like be of service to people, but I can't be because it was taken away from you. Your North node being in Libra was, how do I find a balance? How do I follow my intuition? How do I speak my truth? Since you're having this nodal opposition, all right, I just need one hot second. Are you paying attention to the comments? Because I can't do the comments at the second.
Yeah.
Okay, because I really want to focus on Java. So Java, this is a nodal opposition. I want you to imagine that you and I were driving in a car, and you have this direction in which you're supposed to be going, and you have these fears that you have to overcome. And so in a past life or generational, there was somebody who didn't allow you to do the things that you wanted to do, and that you now have to tap into what are your dreams, what is your unconscious, what abilities do you have, what intuition, what the North node in the 12th house. The 12th house is about hospitalization, it's about prison, it's about setting aside a time to take care of yourself, meaning if you don't take care of your health will force you to take care of it. And you are having this where some things that have happened in the past have now come around, have come half circle. And so you and I were sitting in a car, and I say, tell me about your past. And you want to turn around, and I say, don't turn around and look in your rearview mirror. What do you want to bring from your past to the future? Because that's all we're going to take with us. And you say, well, what should I be focusing on? And I'm like, well, you should be focusing on your mental, your physical, your spiritual, your psychological health and well-being. Not to be a slave to somebody else. Not to say a slave to work. I know slave is a hard word, but it's like I have given so much of myself that I don't take care of myself. I don't find a balance between my home and my work. And you are now at this point where you have to look at where you have given away your power, where you need healthy boundaries, where you have not followed your intuition, where you have not, where you have given up a private part of yourself. Okay, so you're working on your shadow work regarding power and victimhood. You definitely should be. Okay, so since you are saying the same words and you get it, having a nodal opposition with the 6th and the 12th, the 12th house is where you do the shadow work. It's where you confront your fears. It's where you say, okay, these are hidden enemies. I don't have to be friends with these people. I don't have to do this. This is not in my best interest. And that could mean friends, it can mean family, it can mean work. The 12th house is the dark house. It's the shadow house. It's following your intuition, your angels, your guides, your psychic ability, your doing shamanic work. It's doing shadow work and saying, I have to work on myself before I work on, or am I of any benefit to anybody else? And if I do not, then I have to do healing work. The 12th house is I have to do the healing work. I have to initiate it. Your north node is in your 6th house, meaning you have to seek out a mentor. You have to seek out a guide. You have to seek out somebody who has been there, done that, and can say, I'm going to support you on this path. I'm going to help you. The 6th house is the house of your daily routine, your service to others. It's your relationship with coworkers. It's your self-care. It's the house of nutrition and diet and illness and disease and alternative health. With the north node going into your 6th house, how to deal with these things could be tapping into maybe doing a past life regression, or doing some shamanic work, or the Akashic records, a chiropractor, a massage. It's all of these things that we would consider to be alternative, vitamins, supplements, oils, herbs, any of these things that are not just saying I need to go to a doctor. It could mean I'm going to a counselor, I'm going to a psychiatrist, it's seeking out different alternative things. I'm hoping that like this is all resonating with you. I'm looking in the chat. All right, so I'm going to bring up a couple other things because with what I'm seeing here. As a nodal opposition, remember, we're sitting in this car together, and I say, what do you want to bring from your past forward? Just know that if it's in your past, you and we can drive away. We can leave it in the past. But you are the one who says, I'm going to take this and move this forward. I was working with a client, and they were having this nodal opposition, not in the same houses, but something that's like similar. So a nodal opposition to them was their past. They were confronting their past. And I said, look, there have been some poor choices that you've made. And so are you taking good care of yourself? And so like this was like health issues came back up. They had issues with drugs and alcohol. And I said, there will be some people from your past want to bring you back into the past. And you're going to have to say, do I want to go back there? Or do I want to go forward? Do I want to go forward with my mentor? Go forward with my guide? Go forward with these people that will support me? Or am I going to be pulled back? This is you taking control of, I have to put myself first. I'm not saying it's selfish. I'm telling everybody in the year of Aries and Libra that I have to have self-preservation, and you need to take care of your health, your dreams, your everything. Put yourself. All right, working on your health as well. All right, so let's talk about where, now look, I love this. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to put in another. This conjunction is going to happen the April 20th. We have Uranus, shock, surprise, Jupiter, abundance. This is rebellion, innovation, internet. This is in your 7th house of partnerships, business partners, significant others, best friends, open enemies, exes. So know that there might be some shocking things that may come up. Well, not may come up, that they're definitely going to be coming up, that will bring you into contact with people that will forever change you moving forward. We also have, you have Saturn in your 5th house. I love Saturn in the 5th house. in the sign of Pisces. I need to have boundaries. I meaning you. I need to have boundaries with things that bring me pleasure and joy. Not doing things to excess. Not wanting to not have to deal with what's going on in the world. I have to have healthy ways to move forward. I have to have, look, Neptune in Pisces is all blurry and it can be dreamy, but it can be high and it can be drunk. And Saturn says you have to have some kind of boundaries here. You can enjoy yourself, but it's the fifth house of where we take risks. And so take risks, but make them cautious risks that, or this could be you planning on something that has to do with your children. How old are you? Not. Okay, so that's not going to be probably an option. Okay, and then I want to talk about Pluto. Pluto is in its last degrees in the sign of Capricorn. This is going to be you focused on home, creating a home that's stable, that's reliable. And what does home look like? Aquarius is eclectic. Think outside the box. So is home an apartment, a condo, a house, living with other people? Is home traveling and living here for a while or here for a while? Is it like, what is home? You are on the verge of shifting into, I'm looking for something that's going to be a little bit more permanent, but what does that permanent look like? And it's not wanting to be traditional. And so, yeah, let me look at anything else here I see. The third house is like lit up right now with the sun here. Okay, one more thing. This third house, this is where you're going to have your new moon. The new moon is going to be on the 11th. I encourage you at this point to say, I want to have my intentions written down. Oh, you're hoping to move by 2025. I really think it's going to happen. I don't know where you're at or what's going on, but there's definitely going to be like a plan of a move coming up. With a new moon in your third house, it is setting these intentions of communication, education, and short distance travel. It can be a connection to siblings, cousins, your aunts, your uncles, and your neighbors. It's also with people that you work with. The third house is how you communicate on a daily basis. And this is you coming up with a plan of who do I connect up with and how do I share my thoughts and my ideas with on a daily basis that can be solid and stable and more concrete. It could be putting your thoughts down onto paper. It could be like the third house is it's how you talk and exchange ideas. It's acquaintances, and it could be blogging, it could be taking classes, it could be, but everything will be like close to home. So Java Web, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. I really appreciate you joining me tonight with this. You got a lot of great things going on here. All right, and yeah, all right. Thanks, Java Web. I greatly appreciate it. All right, and Adriana, I'm gonna pull you up. I got you in the queue. I really thank you for waiting, Adriana. Greatly appreciate it. All right. All right. Make sure I have everything right. Adriana, you got a lot of stuff going on. Okay. Let's first I want to pull up your chart and just talk about that for a second. Okay, is moving to Spain this year good for money and family? Holy mackerel. Can we just talk about what a stellium you have? Like, this is big. Like, this is really big for you. This, I don't know how much you know about your astrology. You are welcome, Java Web. Adriana, I don't know how much you know about astrology, but This is, the nodes are now activating. You couldn't not be doing something if you didn't.
You said Java Web?
I'm sorry, no, I was saying thank you to Java Web, but I'm talking about Adriana. You can't make this stuff up. You have, okay, so you're Taurus rising. Everything, I'm going to bring your attention to this blue line connected to this blue line connected to this. This is a grand trine in the sign of air, thoughts and ideas and communication. You are, as a sun in Libra, you want to be the one to hear all the stories and to balance everything out. The thing is this is in your 6th house. Your sun in Libra means they're usually naturally beautiful. Venus in Libra, you're a connector. You bring all these people together. Mars in Libra, wanting to be the one who makes the plans and severs the things. Uranus, like think outside the box, creative. Like you were born right after a new moon, so this is still considered pretty much of a lot of fresh starts and a lot of new beginnings for you. And then Pluto, and then you're going to have all this transformation. And so let's talk about where you are like right now with all of this, because the eclipses are occurring. God bless it. Hold on. The eclipses are going to be happening in your 12th and 6th house. All right, so we have your north node, the direction in which you are supposed to be going, sitting right on top of your Chiron, your wound, and your south node activating all of this. Oh, a move. Yeah, moving to Spain this year. Money and family. Look, I Pluto there, like I'm surprised that the plan is not into action already. With Pluto in your 9th house, Pluto is the planet of transformation, but in your 9th house is foreign people, places, and things. And usually it means I'm going to go there. I'm going to do this. I want to experience this. I want to understand this. And so do you already have this in place? Because it's about, I have to do this for me. Okay, Adriana, I know. Okay, I'm going to back up. A year and a half ago, there were some things that were activated between you and partnership. So I don't know if you're in a partnership. And then the nodes are going through your 12th and your 6th house of how am I of service to people, and how do I focus on what are my needs, what are my wants, what are my desires. And it's in opposition of feeling pulled from other people, pulled from a career, pulled from who you take care of, pulled from service to other people. Moving to Spain, like this is, like there's going to be big things that are going to be happening to you. And I love this for you. For money, like this is a trine for where you have a south node in Gemini trining your south node here. You know what you're supposed to be doing. For the 2nd house is your money, your finances, your resources. Whatever you're doing, it's like you're redoing it. You've already done this before, and you're bringing it all to a fruition together. When Pluto goes into your 10th house, it's, I plan on doing this for like the next 20 years. It's about to think outside the box. Now, and it's trining your personal. I love this because it's saying, I'm going to support you. You have all of the things that you need to make things successful. What's going to make it more successful is the expansive, the innovation, and the not doing things traditional. That's what you're going to bring to the table. I love Aquarius in the 10th house because it's science, technology, email, phone, text. It's sharing and communicating ideas to the masses but still remaining yourself. And it's, how do I communicate? How can I do all this? Well, you're naturally good looking. You're naturally, look, that's a lot of Libra energy. Libra are the people who connect people, and it's not for love. They connect for business. Libra is like, I have a deal, this person has a deal, let's make this happen. And this shenanigans going on in your first house of self, this is the April 20th, this will come as a complete, it'll be a whole mind shift of how people know you and see you, and how they thought that they knew you, and you stepping into a, how do you like me now? Like this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. I love this for you. Anybody who's a Taurus rising, Jupiter and Uranus here is about your self-expression and your demeanor, and it's creating things for yourself. Like you saying, I'm going to put this plan into place. All right. I'm so glad that this is connecting to you. Like, you are right on time for what you're supposed, like this divine timing. I will say that Pluto right now is squaring the North Node, saying, that's fear. What's holding me back? When Pluto moves into Aquarius, it will be like, it's like somebody has hold of you by your shirt and they're pulling you back, and all of a sudden they're going to let go. And then you're going to slingshot into the direction in which you're supposed to be going. So, oh my God, you just got visa approval. Like, excellent. No, you are, this is really good for you. I'm really excited for you. And, okay, I'm going to talk about one more thing. I'm going to get rid of all this other stuff so we don't clog it all up. All right. So Saturn in Pisces in your 11th house is you saying, these are my hopes, these are my wishes, these are my dreams, these are my goals, and this is who I have to align myself with. It's in a beautiful trine, this is in a beautiful water trine with your 3rd house of communication. You know who you're supposed to be connecting with. Like, this is you pushing past your fear, but like the planets are working with you, saying you need to do this. And yeah, I love this for you. Like, Saturn in Cancer is the boundaries, and Cancer is home and family, and who is my family, and who am I going to take with me, and how do I still stay in touch with, and what traditions will I take with me, and like what's going to happen. Look, I am super excited for you for this. Oh, you're just nervous about it. It'll be leaving my career and starting over. Oh, you are not just leaving your career. You're not. You are beginning. This is a beginning. This is a start of. When this guy right here moves into your 10th, this is the next, like when Pluto goes into a sign, it says, I am here to embrace and transform this whole area of my life. And so what you think that you're going to be doing for your job may not be what it is in the end, but it will transform over time. And as long as you are always wanting to evolve and shift and transform with it, it's going to be really good. And then you add in like all of this stuff going on. Yeah. Oh, my sound is off and on? I have full. Okay. I have full here. I'm hoping my sound is not off and on. I'm so sorry, Adrian. Oh, it's a YouTube thing. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I'm hoping that you heard everything. Okay, I'm super. Look. Okay, I'm going to throw in one more thing. I struggle with like stopping. Okay, one more thing. Mars. Mars is going to go into your 9th house. This is going to be you connecting and initiating. This is your new moon. Like, this is the new moon. You're going to be starting something with cross-cultural experiences. On January 11th, I want you to sit down and say, okay, I want to have like that's like falling in love with somebody who's from far away, or it's taking a class from somewhere that's far away. It's cross-cultural experiences. Oh, God, I love Mercury, right? Oh, the replay should be clear. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so when you have this new moon in your 9th house, set exactly your intentions of, I want to travel here. I want to have these experiences. I want to learn this, because that's what a new moon in the 9th house is. It's publishing. It's the law. It is these experiences of foreign people, places, and things. Now remember that you're going to be starting January off with it, and then you're going to be having one in December again. So whatever you're manifesting now, you're going to have this forward momentum in February, and then you're going to have this eclipse stuff happening. Like, you got to move, like work around the eclipses, like do your best to work around those eclipses. And then May, June, July are going to be easier months, because Mercury's going to go retrograde during the eclipse time also. But yeah, I'm so excited. Like, this is a meant to be. And then the eclipses, they're going to shift into your 11th and your 5th house of connecting you up with more people that will help you to network with places that you want to go, and your goals and your dreams. And it's not just about work. It's also going to be including things that you want to do for joy and pleasure. All right, so Adriana, I really appreciate you hanging on and waiting. I saw the comments in here. So I'm so glad you waited. I am super excited. I really hope you stay in touch and let me know how things are going. And I'm sending out a big fat heart and hug to everybody as we navigate these times. And no, this has been really. This is a good time. This is a good time for everybody. We're all through the Mercury retrograde stuff, and now we're just moving into the let's move forward, and let's get down to business. And that's what this time period will be. It'll be, let's set these intentions. Let's move forward. Let's make the magic happen. And if you want to stay grounded, that's not where the magic's going to happen. This is going to be a time of rapid progression with medical and the internet and anything that's technology, and not being afraid to embrace new and change. And Adriana, this is going to be for your career, and it's all of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you being here. I hope you check out the January forecast. I hope you check out the new moon, and I hope you join me again live in 2 weeks, where I'm going to be talking about that full moon. All right, I heart you.